Teddy Feinberg, Brook Stockburger, we are coming at you from Mesilla Valley Pizza and Subs. They were gracious enough to have us here, and you know, being the sports editor of the Sun News and the former sports editor, we take a great deal of pride in knowing our food.
Exactly. Yeah, you have to.
That, being a former sports guy.
Yeah, I always can look down at my shirt and see what I ate, and you have a good memory, remember what it was and how it tasted and everything.
And what we have here is we have the MVP, which, Brooke, you might have to help me out here. It's chorizo, pepperoni, I believe mozzarella and cheddar. And then we have the chicken pesto, which also features, I believe jalapeno pesto, if I'm not mistaken.
Chicken.
And of course, we have some green chili egg rolls. So we're really sampling everything and really enjoying everything. And it's just been a great afternoon.
Oh, it sure has. This is wonderful. We got to see them making the pizza. That was great. Whet our appetite a little bit.
We do want to talk about the local sports scene as well, obviously. That is what this program is built around. And we have a big football game this weekend. New Mexico State 0-5 visiting the University of New Mexico 1-3. And there's some intriguing storylines here. What do you think?
Yeah, there sure are. You know, the Aggies jump up to that big lead last week, and then heart-crushingly they surrender and they lose by 10. You know, hopefully they would have a little momentum going into this big rivalry game. As you've pointed out this week in your stories, stopping the run. How are they going to stop the run? I mean, that's probably the biggest question right there.
I think it's going to be obviously a tall order. UNM ranks number 3 in the nation in rushing offense. NMSU, they rush for over 300 yards per game. The Aggies are dead last, giving up close to 300 yards a game. The Aggies have had some success. You know, their defense has been tough to quantify. They've played the run well at times. I think at the end of the game, you look at the stat sheet and you say, wow, they gave up this many yards. Davis Cazares has had a huge impact. Their safety, they play him close to the line. He's a very good run defender. That's going to be the key to the game, though. I mean, are the Aggies going to give up 250 yards rushing, or are they going to give up 4 or 5, between 5 and 600 yards rushing? That's going to be huge.
Right, and that'll keep the Aggie offense off the field. You know, it'll really chew up the clock. I think Doug Martin pointed out this week, the Aggies need to get on top. You know, a good running offense is not necessarily the one that's going to come back. And I think the Aggies really need to get lucky. They need to get some turnovers. They need to get some scores on special teams, maybe a kick return, maybe a fumble return for a touchdown, something like that that'll give them a little bit of boost and also get them up on the scoreboard.
What's unreal about the UNM offense, actually, such a run-based attack, but they've scored 42 points twice. In 2 separate games, they scored 42. This team doesn't even pass. They're scoring 42 points. I mean, it's unbelievable. They average 31 a game. The Aggies are going to have to score at least 30 points. Who's going to start at quarterback is a key issue. Andrew McDonald, the senior, or King Davis, the third, the freshman. Davis in recovery mode. He had a concussion 2 weeks ago. We do believe he's been cleared to practice. So, you know, will he see the field? That's going to be a key issue. Aggies have to score points in this football game. I think they can throw the ball well in the UNM defense. I really do. UNM's pass defense is not very good. Aggies have a nice collection of receivers. They threw the ball well last week at the outset. We'll see. We are going to talk about high school football as well. Artesia visits Cruces. Mayfield visits Volcano Vista. Obviously, we're leading off with these two teams because they're undefeated football teams.
Yeah, exactly. And I think we said last week, neither of us see Mayfield or Cruces losing before they play each other. There always could be an upsetter, too. I mean, Artesia's not necessarily as good as they have been in the past. No. They're coming here to town. Cruces is going to win that game. Mayfield's at Volcano Vista. I saw Volcano Vista live last week and wasn't super impressed. They have a decent team. They have a nice big receiver, but I don't see them beating the Trojans.
You got to figure both teams are winning there. Oñate visits West Mesa, and then the old Hatch Valley Centennial contest. Those are some intriguing games. You've seen Oñate the last couple of weeks. What do they have to do to get back on track?
Well, I mean, it's hard to say, but now they're out of their quarterback and their running back, as far as I know. They're both on crutches last week. I don't know their status for this week, but they've been just banged up, and they moved the ball in Volcano Vista. They just couldn't punch it into the end zone.
I do like their backup quarterback, Fabian Reyes.
Yeah,
I think that
he's very athletic.
Athlete. Yeah, he can run the ball a little bit. They definitely miss Fielder.
Yeah, they do.
Aggie volleyball has started WAC play. They won a match last weekend. They return home. They are facing Idaho, and then of course they actually won 2. They won on Saturday, then they beat Bakersfield at home on Monday, so they're 2-0. They host Idaho and Seattle on Saturday and Monday respectively. Got to figure the Aggies are the WAC favorites just off the track record and the talent. A little bit of a slow start this year, but I think that'll turn around. Prep volleyball, we have had some action. District play started. Cruces beat Mayfield last night at Cruces High. Centennial beats Oñate in kind of a newfound rivalry. 4A versus 5A. Yeah. Centennial wins there. Be interesting to see how that series shakes out, over the years here in town. Brooke, do you have anything more you want to add?
No, Mike we talked about Mike Jordan's volleyball team. They did start out a little slower than they usually do, but like you said, I think the WAC is theirs to win, and they'll come on strong. He'll bring them on. They may be not as good a team as they've had maybe in the past years, but expect that to win the WAC. And the Aggie basketball started practice Sunday. Big deal.
Folks, thanks for checking us out as always. At Teddy Feinberg on Twitter, at P. Stockberger on Twitter. Of course, our Sun News Sports Facebook page, lcsun-news.com all day, every day for the latest and greatest. We're going to keep eating here. That's what we do. That's what we like to do. And we're going to get back on it immediately. But thanks for joining us as always. See ya.